30-second man-up situation for Middlebury. Middlebury has a 5-3 lead. Middlebury with possession. Ritter and Hathaway out front, pitch and catch. Abdul Sader, number 3, headed in close. Look at this ball movement for the Tigers. Hathaway down low, and they score at the post with a man up. That's Jackson Honchel, his second goal. And Middlebury takes a 6-3 lead. And in fact, second in a row for Honchel. With 3:09 to go in the first half. Middlebury controls off the draw. Hathaway getting the assist. Palmer's in, and Palmer scores. For CVU, and Palmer scores his second goal of the game at 6-4 Middlebury. The junior attacker for the Redhawks. A big draw control for CVU, trailing by 3 goals, and Palmer picking up his second goal with 2:50 to go in the half. Now trailing by 2 goals, 6-4 Middlebury. Off the big draw this time, Abdul Sader for Middlebury. Kaufman now with it for the Tigers. 2:35 to go in the first half, 6-4 Middlebury. Pernicki got the assist on that Palmer goal for CVU. Got a timeout, CVU. 2:21 to go in the half. It's Middlebury 6, CVU 4. You're watching the VPA's Division I State Championship game in boys lacrosse from Castleton Spartan Stadium. We'll take this break. You're watching the NFHS Network. Back at Spartan Stadium, Matt Murakami is the goalkeeper for CVU to your left, and Nathan Lalonde for Middlebury to your right. 6-4 Middlebury, 2:15 to go here in the half. CVU with possession in Middlebury territory. CVU in the red. Turnover, and Middlebury looking to control, but it looks like CVU got it back. It was loose and still loose along the far sideline. It's going to be CVU's possession. And Lalonde makes the save. That shot came from about 15 yards out And here's the marker down. This will go against Middlebury. Interference. It's a 30-second foul against Middlebury, and it's on Justin Stone, senior defender. Middlebury has a 6-4 lead with 1:29 to go in the half, and CVU has a man advantage for 30 seconds. So CVU has possession here. It's actually a minute man advantage. Now down to 50 seconds. Being patient with 1:09 to go in the half. Shot went in wide as that came rifling in from Dylan Schaefer. Still CVU's possession. 32 seconds left of the man advantage. 58 seconds to go in the half. Down low, and they score. Down low, about 3 yards out. And I believe that was Owen McEwen will wait with a man advantage. 6-5. Middlebury's lead down to 1 with 50.7 seconds to go in the half. I'll wait for the announcement. I believe it was number 19, McEwen. It was Owen McEwen, number 19 on the goal. 6-5. Middlebury is Palmer and McEwen have scored for CVU to cut the lead. It was a 6-3 lead for Middlebury after Honchel scored his second goal. That's McEwen's second goal of the game. And we got a timeout with 42.8 seconds to go. Owen McEwen on the goal, number 19. In close, no chance for Lalonde, and timeout Middlebury. You're watching the VPA Boys Division I State Lacrosse Championship game from Castleton Spartan Stadium. This is the NFHS Network. Middlebury went up 6-3 after the second goal in a row for Jackson Honchel. He scored 2 goals to make it 5-3 and then 6-3 Middlebury. But Matt Palmer scored his second goal of the game, and Owen McEwen his second goal of the game for CVU to cut the Middlebury lead to 6-5 with 28 seconds to go in the half now. And Middlebury with possession with Ritter, number 7, out front. Abdul Sater, number 3. Hunchel's number 6. 10 seconds to go in the half. Ritter lost control, and that should do the first half. And we're at halftime in the Division I state championship game in boys lacrosse. At halftime, it's Middlebury 6 and CVU 5. We'll take a little bit of a break coming up when we come back for the second half. Again, Matt Palmer has scored to put CVU up 1-0. Hathaway scored to make it 1-1. For Middlebury. Then Charlie Bernicki scored to make it 2-1 CVU. Then Connor Quinn, Bobby Ritter, and Jackson Donahue. 3 straight goals for Middlebury to put Middlebury up 4-2. Owen McEwen would score late in the first quarter to cut the Middlebury lead to 4-3. Then Jackson Hunchel would score twice to put Middlebury up 6-3. And then Matt Palmer would score his second of the game to cut the Middlebury lead to 6-4. Matt Palmer scoring for CVU. Then Owen McEwen with a second of the game to cut the Middlebury lead to 6-5, and that's where we stand right now. So McEwen and Palmer, 2 goals apiece for CVU, and for Middlebury, Jackson Hunchel has a pair of goals, and that's where we stand right now at halftime. It is Middlebury 6, CVU 5. We'll take a little bit of a break as we'll come back for the second half action here at Castleton Sporting Stadium. You're watching the VPA Division I state championship game in boys lacrosse from Castleton Sporting Stadium. And this is the NFHS network.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, cause onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back. William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, cause onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
You know, the Greek philosopher Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. But in our book, we say you are what you repeatedly do when things get hard. When you look at the naysayers and the haters, and there's a million of them, but you take it upon yourself to erase all doubt. Get that doubt out of here. So my apologies to Aristotle, but excellence doesn't become a habit by running the same path over and over. The excellent ones just step up to the line and ask, what's the record? Under Armour, get your feet straight.
Yeah, I mean, if they come out around and hit a bunch of shots, they can score a shit ton of points. But it wouldn't surprise me if LeBron goes off for 50. So he's really like
It's good.
upping his legacy. I mean, his team is basically completely fallen apart around him. He just has got better.
Just like the whole cat.
Yeah, they literally have no one on that team now.
I don't know how Doe is doing so good recovering from hurt. I mean, he had to go to the hospital after the last game, but you know, we'll see.
LeBron's just too good of a passer, so that you can't defend him because you can't double him because he can make a pass anywhere on the floor at any time. But you really can't defend him with one person because he can do whatever he wants. I don't know if you can defend him with two people, really. I mean, you can't really defend him. If he wants to go to the hoop, he's going to go.
He'll get there. And if not, just get fouled.
Yeah, he's too big and strong for any guards to defend him, and he's way too fast and athletic for any bigs to defend him. So but he really, I mean, if they win, it's, I don't even know what you can say other than he's like the man. Because they literally built a big three, and two of the three just are gone. He's by himself. In a league where it's been discussed basically that you can't win without a big three. Like,
Not respectful. I really like him personally. He's just too good.
yeah, I mean,
Too good to like him.
you can dislike him, but you can't argue that he's the best player in basketball.
Can't say he's bad. Certainly not.
Oh, this turned into a lot longer day than I anticipated when I woke up this
Every time you have a
morning.
doubleheader, it always
Thinking-
seems like one of them goes into overtime.
Well, I went to bed thinking that there was one game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I thought there was one today and three on Saturday.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
went to bed, I woke up, I'm like, oh, I checked the EPAs. The brackets were all weird, some weren't done yet. Checked the Division II baseball schedule, and that said that they were playing the championship on Friday in Pulteney.
Softball. Yeah, who's doing
It
the
was,
play?
it was supposed to be baseball. And
Yeah.
that's what the baseball bracket said Pulteney. They just screwed
Oh.
it up.
Are you doing Pullman?
No, we're not doing Pulteney.
Oh, we're not doing Pullman.
Carl is doing it.
Who?
Carl Parker.
Who's that?
Central Vermont Sports.
Oh. So they were, oh, that's why we're not doing it. Oh, okay. I was wondering why it wasn't up on our thing.
Yep, he's
So he took it, what,
snuck in and stole it from us.
what, he undercut us?
What? Yeah, it must be.
You know, game Monday.
So Brent Curtis is doing that.
The game Monday here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
That's all.
Well, Saturday's at 2. I think Monday's at 6.
Monday is at 6 probably.
I'm doing both of them. I know that, but so we're not doing any of them.
Nope.
Well, the thing is, he can't undercut us on everything because he doesn't have enough people.
Yeah, it doesn't have.
I was wondering if they were going to ask me to do polling tomorrow because I didn't. See, I knew Brent Curtis was going to do the play-by-play, but I thought he was doing the play-by-play for us.
No. Well, I didn't know that until this morning because I saw there was a game Friday, and I'm actually going to New Jersey tomorrow, so I was like, I'll just do Pulteney on my way through. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Oh, good. That's a relief.
So they wanted me to do the baseball game, but I
What are the baseball games?
Three
when?
Saturday.
3 Saturday and 1 Monday?
One tomorrow.
Oh, 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, they couldn't play at Centennial after Saturday, so.
All set for the second half. 6-5 Middlebury here in the boys Division I Lacrosse State Championship game at Castleton Sporting Stadium. The two-time defending state champion CVU Redhawks, the number 6 seed, number 1 seeded Middlebury. Now, Middlebury lost to CVU twice during the regular season. Middlebury does have a 6-5 lead going left to right here in the third quarter as we're underway. CVU going right to left, Middlebury in the white, and that shot went in wide. It's going to be Middlebury's possession. Number 3 is Ali Abdul Sader for Middlebury, a junior midfielder. Hathaway passed it toward the middle, loose, and it's going to be picked up by CVU. Long stick midfielder picked off at the center line by Abdul Sader. Hathaway is number 25. Number 15 is Connor Quinn. Middlebury has a 6-5 lead early going third quarter. Archel's number 6. He's got a couple of goals. And scores again, the hat trick. It's 7-5 Middlebury. Hunchel, we'll wait for the official announcement. It is Hunchel. He's got 3 straight goals for the Middlebury Tigers. He's got the hat trick. 7-5 Middlebury. Middlebury had possession, but now CVU quickly into Middlebury territory near side, and it's off Middlebury. It's CVU's possession. Owen McEwen, number 19. Elliot Mitchell, number 33 for CVU in the red. And the score for CVU, and that is Elliot Mitchell on the goal. 7-6 Middlebury. .39 to go, third quarter. So CVU battling. CVU has had the lead in this game. CVU led 1-0 and also led 2-1. Middlebury went up 4-2. CVU cut it to 4-3, trailed 6-3, cut it to 6-5. Now I've cut the lead to 7-6. CVU looking for the tying goal here. CVU controls the Middlebury territory. And there is a goal there. Did it get across the line, and CVU has tied it. And that might have been Palmer on the goal. It was a delayed reaction. It is Palmer, I believe, and that would be a hat trick for Palmer. It's tied at 7. So 2 unanswered goals for CVU after Middlebury had taken a 7-5 lead, and we got a 1-minute foul on Middlebury. It's going to be on Justin Stone. So it's CVU with a man advantage for a minute. We'll have to double check. I believe that was Palmer on the goal. We haven't had the announcement on that yet. A little bit of a scramble. Double check at the end of the third quarter, unless they make the announcement. I haven't heard the announcement yet. And a slash here on CVU, so both teams equal strength here. 41 seconds left on the Middlebury penalty, and Middlebury foul, but this one coming up on CVU for a slash. We're tied at 7 with 8:42 to go in the third quarter. Here's Bobby Ritter. Middlebury controls. Both teams a man down. Bobby Ritter. Six seconds left in the Middlebury penalty, 24 seconds left in the CVU penalty. And this will roll out of bounds near sideline. And it's going to be CVU's possession. Griffin DeParlo is number 10 for CVU. Mitchell, who scored a goal here in the quarter, it's number 33. Back on is Dylan Schaefer, number 16 for CVU. Mitchell stutter steps down the middle. Both teams at full strength. Those fouls are over. Popped up into the air, and Middlebury controls. And Middlebury throws it away. CVU controlling in Middlebury territory. Oh, and McEwen looking for a pass. Didn't go to him. Bounce down to DeParlo. We're tied at 7. 6:35 to go third quarter. Revard's number 17. Tag out front to Parlow. Bump by Ritter. Palmer. Still CVU's possession. McEwen picks it up. Nice ball movement, an opening, and the shot goes in wide. That went in wide from Schaefer. I believe that was Schaefer on the other side. Number 16, a junior midfielder for CVU. Back on, it's Revard. That shot bounces in wide by DeParlo. It's going to be Middlebury's possession. It was Lalonde, the goalkeeper, that kept it for a while. Shot goes in wide. And they do score. Middlebury takes an 8-7 lead with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Have to wait for the announcement on that one. I went in wide initially and kind of looking around for it. And that was Hunchel on the goal, Jackson Hunchel. So he's got 4 goals. Matter of fact, he scored the last 4 goals for Middlebury. Hunchel scored the goal to put the Tigers up 5-3, put them up 6-3, put them up 7-5, and now 8-7. 4 goals in a row for Hunchel. So Middlebury with a 8-7 lead with 4:18 to go in the third quarter. Middlebury with possession. Middlebury deliberate. Ritter went across the crease. Now CVU controlling. CVU again looking for the tying goal. Middlebury with an 8-7 lead, 3:30 left here in the third quarter. Boys Lacrosse Division I state title game at Castleton Spartan Stadium. .310 to go in the third quarter. Palmer's number 3. Palmer moves in. Tries to pass that through traffic. Mitchell with it. Mitchell with an opening, and he shot it in. It looked like it was deflected by Lalonde, maybe off his face mask. It was tough to tell, but CVU still with it. Shovel back toward the near side as we're going to chase it down before it could go out of bounds, but it went out of bounds, and unable to chase it down was Max Akey, and it's Middlebury's possession. Lalonde again, the active goaltender, all the way into CVU territory. Marker coming down for coming up here. There is a marker down. It's against CVU. Middlebury still with possession. That skips in wide. And here comes the marker call. It's against CVU. It's offside. It's a 30-second on Charles Bernicki. 30-second foul initially. Middlebury has the man advantage. A minute 40 to go, third quarter. Middlebury has an 8-7 lead. Shot rips in wide from Ritter. That does the penalty on CVU. Both teams at full strength. I thought the penalty was pretty quick. I think they're making Bernicki serve a little bit more of that. He's on the sideline again. No, they're going to let him back on. I'm not exactly sure. I know the officials were contacting the press box about something, but I'm not sure exactly what. Middlebury has an 8-7 lead. And it's going to be CVU's possession coming back the other way with 1:04 to go in the third quarter. Under a minute to go in the third quarter, and McEwen with it for CVU, send it in behind the goal. Eight to 7 Middlebury. CVU very patient. And the shot goes in wide as that came in from number 16, Dylan Schaefer. Matt Palmer. And the goal, a quick shot, a rifle shot from DeParlo to tie it at 8. My, oh my, he pulled the trigger quickly on that one. 20.9 seconds to go, third quarter. Great crowd here at Spartan Stadium for this championship game. Palmer on the assist and DeParlo on the goal. Number 10, Griffin DeParlo, junior midfielder, to tie it at 8. And as CVU has got possession. 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mitchell fires in wide. Nobody back there, so it's Middlebury's possession. And that's the end of the third quarter, so we go to the fourth quarter in the Division I Boys Lacrosse State title game here at Castleton Spartan Stadium, all tied up at 8 apiece. You're watching the VPA Division I Boys Lacrosse State title game, and this is the NFHS Network.
You know, the Greek philosopher Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. But in our book, we say you are what you repeatedly do when things get hard. When you look at the naysayers and the haters, and there's a million of them, but you take it upon yourself to erase all doubt. Get that doubt out of here. So my apologies to Aristotle, but excellence doesn't become a habit by running the same path over and over. The excellent ones just step up to the line and ask, what's the record? Under Armour, get your feet straight.
And Jordan Royer, as we're tied at 8 going into the fourth quarter, as you're watching the VPA Boys Division I Lacrosse State Championship game. Griffin DePorto scoring for CVU to tie it at 8 with 20.9 seconds to go in the third quarter. We did double check on the goal for CVU that tied it at 7. We thought it was Matt Palmer, and indeed it was Matt Palmer, his third goal of the game. That was the goal number 3. Matt Palmer for CVU tied it at 7. The time is now tied at 8. Middlebury going right to left here in the fourth quarter, and CVU going left to right in the fourth quarter. Tied at 8.